All right, project managers, welcome to week 4. This week we're talking about project integration. So it's about integrating the entire project from start to stop. It's kind of the overview picture of the whole concept of project management. And that starts with a project charter in a lot of cases. Project charter you put together at the beginning of a project. You've read all about it in our textbook. Let me tell you about a situation that I had where we failed just a little bit to put together a project charter. So discovery centers, if you want to take a look, discovery centers are at familysearch.org/DC for discovery center. And these discovery centers were something that we created in order to engage members, right? To engage people and get them excited about family history. Well, in this case, we said, okay, here's a budget. We want to create this thing, but we aren't sure really what it looks like. We're not sure what we're delivering. We want to, I don't know, deliver by Roots Tech, let's say. Just kind of picked a schedule out of the air. And we didn't do a good job of putting that schedule around or putting clear deliverables, having a clear project charter about what it was we were delivering. And so about 9 months into the project is actually when I first came on the job. Up to this point, they had done a lot of ideating, done a lot of changing, done a lot of good things, but none of it was really delivering. At this point, the client was really frustrated. Our team was really frustrated too, because the client would come to them and say, how come you haven't delivered this yet? And they would say, well, you made a change. But nobody was documenting anything and nobody was keeping track. So right after I came in, I ended up having to pull the plug on the entire project. Had to just stop work altogether because the project team and the clients just had no idea what was happening. Well, that's where a project charter comes in. We were able to get the project back on track by setting clear requirements, gathering those clear requirements from the initiating department, from family history, and setting a clear schedule with our production team. So saying, okay, this is what they want. Here's how quickly we can give it to them. And through that, we came up with a budget. So that's how all of that worked together. Now, as we were working along, of course, there would still be changes. The client would say, hey, we want to do this differently than what we'd planned. And at that point, we would do a change order. We would document the new scope or the change in scope and, again, evaluate it, what that would do to our budget, and what that would do to our schedule. And, of course, we would have the client sign that to document that change order. So that's the kind of the concept, the overall, the three constraints in project management are scope, schedule, and budget. And you use change control to document each of those. So, based on what you've read, tell me a little bit about what did you learn from Ephesians 4:13? Now, what about Matthew 18:12 through 13? What do you think that has to do with project management? What did you learn from the Elder Bednar video? Let me talk to you just a little bit about group participation. We have our next group project that's coming up. It's due at the end of next week. You may have noticed that jumped around just a little bit this week, but that was a mistake that I made. Anyway, it is due next week. I believe that's October 20th that it's due. And that it's at the end of next week, of week 5. You need to be participating with your group. You need to be working. It doesn't have to be on our chat board in class. You can do a Google Hangout. You can text each other. You can email each other. All I need to know is who's participating and how you're participating. Because how much you participate is really going to affect the quality of the product that you ultimately produce. As a group, you can produce something so much better than any one of you individually can. I know that's true, even though it may be difficult to work on a team. Project management is all about team management and working together. So here's your first chance to get to see how you're going to do on a project team and as part of a project group. Okay. Some of you have had some questions. I've attached a separate video that answers some of the questions that I've gotten that I thought would be pertinent to the whole class. And I've also want to reemphasize to you that text message is the very best way to communicate with me. So if you have a question or if it's a longer type of thing, feel free to write it out to me and send it to me in an email. Just know that it sometimes will be a couple of days before I can get back to you. If you send me a text, I can quickly arrange with you and work things out. Best of luck this week. Let me know if you have any questions. 801-884-9988. Thank you.